Three, two. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? You're now tuning into the Homo Talk Show. Where right here on Verse TV. I'm your one of your amazing hosts today, Mr. Troy Reese Music, of course. But it's not just about me; it's also about the team. So, who else we got in the building with us on today?
It's y'all favorite, Rocky the Chicago author. Holla at me.
We're gonna have to do a poll on that. You better watch what you say now. Who else we got in the building?
You already know who it be. It's your girl Yuri G.
That's right. Always right on time. And last but not least, who we have in the building? Talk to special guest, of course.
Hey, I'm back again. It's Quincy Keith.
Back again, just like you said, y'all. All right now, y'all. So don't be introducing everybody. I gotta, slow down the talking to my voice, y'all, because I have no singing voice. Had a show last week, I have no voice, so I ain't been doing too much talking today. But Rocky's narrate this next topic, but Aaron's gonna read it for us. But Rocky's gonna narrate this next one. So Aaron, take it away. Let's get to the whole tea. Let's get to it.
Let's do that intro one more time, and then I'll take it away.
You got it.
I was caught.
Awesome. What
you calling me for?
All right, cool. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Troy Reese Music here. You're tuning into the Homos Talk Show right here on Verse TV. And it's time to get to it. We've been out here doing it, and making it happen and making those moves do what it do. We're so proud to be here. So without further ado, who else do we have in the building?
Hey, y'all, it's your favorite person in the show, Rocky the author. Holla at me.
All right now, who else we got in the building? Miss Yuri, talk to the people.
Y'all already know who it be. It's your girl Yuri G.
Mm-hmm. You got a lot going on back there, Yuri G. I'm about to come over there and snapshot through the camera. All right, Quincy, talk to me. Tell the people about you.
And I'm back again. It's your boy Quincy.
Yes, sir. My apologies. Quincy's back again, y'all. And we're always a pleasure to have you because you keep so real. So without further ado, let's give it away to Aaron to give us our first Homo Tea topic so Rocky can take it away.
All right. So, this topic is nowhere to be found. Of course.
Was that you, Aaron?
Oh,
that's right.
Oh. It always feels much longer than it actually is. The beautiful and talented is the title of the topic, and it's courtesy of Lizzo B. Eaton, her IG. And yes, that is her actual IG handle. And this is some Rocky tea. Now, as a part of a business campaign with Dove soap for body positivity on social media, Lizzo shared a naked photo. Think Countess Vaughn a few years ago, i.e. it's been done before. Aaron Mack has a number of thick dudes he would love to see body positivity it up with Dove soap. Rick Ross, David Mann, David Banner, to name a few. But such campaigns tend to only be with women. Is it kind of misogyny for the benefit of men who prefer thick women? First question. Second question, is it because society specifically gives women such a hard time on how they should look and naked pics is a worthy counter? Second. Third, is this the best way to showcase body positivity in the 2020s? Rocky, take it away.
All right, so about this whole thing. So is it kind of misogynistic for the benefit of men who prefer thick women? I guess if they find it find thick women attractive or whatever, and that's their niche or whatever, they believe that thick women, because big women big people, period, are actually coming up. But the big women, and especially someone like Lizzo, is making it okay to be, over a certain size or whatever. You're not the typical like size 2 or whatever. So the men that like thick women, they probably find it, very arousing with this whole situation. What was the other? I'm sorry, I'm trying to go back.
Is it because society specifically gives women such a hard time on how they should look in naked pictures? Is a word counter for that?
Okay, gotcha. So, I think that a lot of the women, they take a lot of slack because men want like women to look a certain way. We have, kind of pushed them into like, oh, you have to have a bigger butt and you have to have a bigger breast. And then it was, oh, you have to have like a certain size waist and you have to be somebody like this person. You have to be somebody like that person. And then, it's I guess in a way we kind of created what beauty is supposed to look like as far as women. So I think it's a good thing that big women or, plus size women are, coming out the box and saying, hey, I'm beautiful too. I'm not a size 2. No, I'm not curved. I'm curvaceous, but I'm not your standards of what curvaceous is. You know what I mean? I'm all full figured woman. And this is what you get, and this is who I am, and love me in it or whatever. And they're coming out with like such confidence about themselves. So, yeah.
And as the last thing was, is this the best way to showcase body positivity in the 2020s?
Nowadays, I guess, it's a little extreme, but the slimmer women were doing it for years. Posing topless nude pictures like Janet Jackson or someone else is like posing topless whatever. So if skinny women can do it or slimmer women can do it, then big women should be able to, or big people period should be able to do the same thing without any slack coming back to them. So
All right, yes, so that's all three of them.
So, with that being said, 1 second, I can't even find it.
You're all set. Yeah, you answered all of them.
Oh yeah, no, I was okay. So yeah, so Yuri, do you think is it kind of misogynistic for the benefit of men who prefer thick women?
I feel like everybody's definition of thick is different. Like when I think of thick, I think of one way, and my father thinks of thick another. We were looking at pictures, and he was like, "She thick," and that wasn't my typical thick. So I think it's all in beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and so you might say somebody thick, somebody else might say that they thin, somebody might say that this person's fat or whatever. So it's all about what you consider thick. And, you can be slim thick, you can be thick, or you can just be thick. It's all about your perception. And so I don't think it's misogynistic in any way. I think if you're like, how you objectify bodies is misogynist. But I'm just happy with what Dove is okaying, because it needs to be a norm that all body types, are highlighted on TV. Because if you only highlight one type of body type, that's what everybody think is the okay. So if you say, oh, look at this body, work out and get this body, then you see only this type of body on the runway. You only see, it's like, oh, the only reason why those people can't get on TV is because they don't have those bodies. And there's plenty of people who have made it to, mainstream platforms that do not have that body. But TV likes to highlight those body types. And I think it's important that we know that, all body types are welcome and everybody matters.
Say that.
So Quincy, is it kind of misogynistic for the benefit of women who prefer thick women?
Well, first you gotta go with the M versus P, the prejudice and then misogyny and misogyny itself. So definition of misogyny is the prejudice against women. So Dove as a brand, they're trying to do what Rihanna's doing because Rihanna is actually the first lady that showing every body type from plus size to skinny to thick. And like you said, everybody's definition of thick is different. So what Dove doing is trying to go in the realms of, because society right now is showing representation and they want to be the forefront of they do a lot of soaps and all that to be the forefront of, Rihanna doing it for lingerie, let us do it as a body brand for us, showing that we love all people and we want all people to buy our product. So that's first off. So you gotta get into the money scheme. Everybody like what they like. So really, when it comes to that, it's more so what your prejudice is, and then the old saying, beauty is the eye of the beholder. So you gotta think what beautiful is in your eyes and what we think is beautiful is, because really women come up with a double standard because men still put in a society of we like a woman to be this way, feminine and all that, and women are not, these days are not feminine. Some women are very masculine, and I found attractive a very masculine woman that knows control, that does take control of things and know what she wants. I found that very attractive. While like my father and my grandfather were like a woman that's more submissive in that. So it's very double standard still with beauty and everything else. So what's the other last question?
Is it the best way to showcase body positivity in 2020?
Of course, they were doing it back in the day. Janet Jackson did a thing when she showed her boobs. So of course it's about time. Now they being very vocal of showing full body. Back in the day wasn't full body up until maybe like the 2000. That's when you started seeing full body and all that. But of course, everybody to show representation. Everybody need to show something. So they were doing this back in the days, and now it's more open and out.
Okay. So, Troy, is it kind of misogynistic for the benefit of the men who prefer thick women?
Like you guys were saying earlier, that it's a day and age and a time where people are becoming of themselves and being themselves and being one with themselves. And I feel like, Dove, like Quincy said, is trying to be like Rihanna and really showcase the full body range, because you sell a product for all types of bodies. Your soap don't just go on one body, that's it. So because of that, they're trying to really up the game with marketing, to be honest, trying to stay ahead of the game when it comes to being in the same level with the money and the people out there making the money, like Rihanna and there's other people making the money when it comes to products, being able to, show that your products are easier to be, your products offer, can easily be bought, and if you can show that it can be something that can be used by everybody. And then from the skies that be, hold on one second, we just got a comment. I just want to make sure. Why don't men do naked? Why don't men do naked body positive fits? And I guess I'm glad you said that, because we were talking about that earlier. Like why don't men do it like women? And in the day and age that we live in today, a man showing his body, in a sense, does not show him as being a masculine, like man, in the sense of today's alpha male, because people start to think like most of the guys that we see, of course, they're naked. Not saying all of them, but if they in the fitness world or if they're not in the underwear, most of the straight men we see them only naked in times where they need to be. They never talk about their body though. It's never like, oh, look at this, look at that. Yes, it is misogynistic that we know that men don't do that, and we'll never be able to change that, because if you go back, like you guys were saying earlier in time, all these women have already done this, so it's nothing new. But when have you seen men rocking out with the cock out? Just saying, when have you seen them out there on magazines just covering their private parts? Besides when the sports guy did it, Sports Illustrated tried to do that. So Exact point. Boom. Sports
They did.
Illustrated try to do that with men. To change the game up. They put the thick men's out there and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Sports Illustrated tried, and I guess now because we're on time, things are more becoming more advanced, and that's why I think men are starting to do it more often. It's just that we don't see it just yet because it hasn't hit mainstream, but it is there. I see ads on certain things. It's there. It just hasn't hit mainstream yet.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also, it's more so if a man does it, then you put them in the category of the LGBT alphabet community. They says, well, they doing
Right.
this, so are they doing this for the point of getting sex advertisement, or or them like in their community saying, "Ooh, look at them, they're so pretty," and then that's misogyny. Now that's misogyny of the community of doing it, and then um, what's the word, Rocky? That's for men, the male version of misogyny.
Dodge, hold on.
Misogyny.
It's I forgot Quincy.
Yeah, this more so of the be more of the men's version of why that to the mainstream. But there's been a lot of mainstream things, especially Dove has did it, but what's the dude that be whistling that does the commercial while he whistling? That that soap. He has the like that. I ain't gonna say that man that does the commercial, but they have the
Oh,
um they have
with the
the
horse?
they did men full body man pictures of
Oh, Spice.
the Old Spice has done man has
Mm.
done they have done body positivity and shown all men, but they have shown full men that were naked on their ads. They buy their soap.
But somehow, like we said, it's out here. People are paying attention. It's just some of if it hasn't been mainstream, you probably don't know about that too yet. All right, now that's everybody. All of us answered. Are we ready to rock out to the next topic, ladies and gentlemen? Let's do it.
Go
All
ahead.
right, Aaron. Aaron, take it away. I think I'm leading that next topic. Let's do it. The powers that be, are you there?
This one is called Who Runs the World? And this is coming from Gay Magazine's Instagram. And Caitlyn Jenner announces campaign for California governor seat. Yay. Now, outside of her political expressions, yeah, California possibly having a trans woman governor is pretty dope. Now, especially considering that less than 10% of our beautiful nation's 50 plus governor, or rather, less than 10 of our beautiful nation's 50 plus governors is female. Now, it appears building a strong celebrity audience is now an effective means of simultaneously building a strong political base for elections. If you could pick any celebrity for higher government, regardless of where they live, who would you pick? And based on what reasons? Now, Aaron Mack feels that he would select Amanda Seales because of her strong, unwavering political expressions. A post that she most recently made about Black Lives Matter felt particularly powerful. And I'll even throw Angela Rye in there. Anyway, take it away.
Okay. Well, I had one person in mind all up until you just read it to me again. So I'm gonna say this. I was gonna say Miss Candy Brothers, and I was gonna. The reason why I say her is because I feel like, especially through the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she's shown us that she's always the same person, and that when she puts her mind on something, she makes it happen. So if she goes out here and she's a governor, she gonna make moves. Okay. Um, but I have read the question. I'm not going to take it away from her, but I'm going to say my main person. I wasn't Candy Burris, but now I'm going to go above that. And I'm thinking as we read this, I'm going to say actually Denzel Washington. I'm going to say Denzel Washington because I'm like, this man, he done played all types of people in films. He has built such a world-renowned presence of who he is as a person. And I feel like if he says something on a political standpoint as a candidate running for candidacy, that people will listen. Because how many people out here already impersonate Denzel Washington, how many comedians and things like that. Shout out to Steve King, one of my friends. He's a great Denzel impersonator on Instagram. But yeah, like I feel like Denzel Washington would definitely be somebody who, because of his wisdom, what he's done for, as a black man in the community in general, I feel like in all the wisdom that he has, he would be a great, 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 great governor. But shout out to Candy too now, because I want a female governor. Um, so when it comes to females, that's why I immediately thought about Candy because I was like, female, let's go with Candy. Um, but ultimately, when I think about who I want to choose, I choose Denzel. All right, cool. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go to Rocky on this one. I see you looking at me kind of strange. You got something on your mind. I said something stuff before.
I do.
So Rocky,
do.
talk to me. If you could pick
Have,
any celebrity for higher government, regardless of where they live, who would you pick and what, and based on what reasons?
so this one guy. Okay, so I'm not sure if you pay attention. If he's a rapper, I think his name is Big Mike. I think he rapped with Outkast and whatnot. He has a documentary. He had a documentary.
Killer Mike.
Huh?
Killer
Kill him.
Mike.
I love that guy. He is
Yeah,
so
right.
radical with his views.
Yeah.
He is unapologetic with his views. He's very like straight up forward, and he's for everybody. But he is very pro-black. And if you watch his documentary, I forgot the name of his documentary, Netflix. It is just like, wow. Like he make you think outside of the box. And he challenges your views a lot. So, but I think for the black community or whatever, he'll be very much for his own people. But I love him because he's just the most radical, unfiltered, unapologetic person. So I could definitely see him being a governor. And he lives in Atlanta, I think. So.
Oh yes. Yeah, I actually seen a documentary, and he basically goes around. He only eats and consumes or does anything that involves black people and black inventions. So he
Yep.
had to go through different towns and different places. He could eat certain things, and then we started to realize as black people things that were created by black people, things that were not, and places that actually still actually use black owned everything. Really hard to find, but you can find it. So yes, Killer Mike. The documentary, so definitely gotta check it out. Miss Yuri G, with the curls of the day that be. Talk to me. You could choose anyone for hire, any celebrity that you can choose to for higher government, regardless of where they live. Who would you pick and what based on what reasons, Mr. Yuri G? Talk to me.
I think I would do. It's three people that I would consider. Angela Bassett.
That was one of the people I was thinking about.
Felicia Rashad. And Janet Hubert. And for anybody who don't know her, that was Aunt Viv, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
The original.
The original one. The original one. I like how outspoken Janet is. I feel like she understands the culture. I think she understands, economics. I think she understands a lot. And I like a woman with a voice. And Felicia Rashad, I feel like has experienced life from every spectrum. I think she's aware of politics, and she knows how to get her point across and still be very ladylike and powerful. And Angela Bassett, I feel like she is well cultured. She understands, where everybody is in life. She understands economics and the culture and everything. So I feel like she could do it as well. So those would be like the three people, if I had to choose. Those people seem like they have been very level-headed the whole time that I've ever known them. And I want somebody who represents my culture and understands my struggle. I couldn't choose anybody who didn't live the life, that I lived.
You also got Allen would be cold too, because she's done a lot.
Hold on, you might be taking on Quincy stuff now. Let me get his turn.
I'm about for the sisters. My bad. Go ahead.
I just wanted to be played devil
Everybody,
advocate.
like everybody here has said, everybody, like I will, like on my top, I was making a list out because when I was reading this, I was like, congratulations, Caitlyn Jenner. Then I said, I'm happy for you, but then it's so much hypocrisy that comes with you just being a person out of itself. So, but that being said, I went and since y'all did that, let me go back to our community. I will pick Latham Ashley, Dominique Jackson, Angela Ross. So I'm saying these three people because they are trans people. So we're going back to if they being trans office, and more trans people office. These are people of color that are trans, and then each of them has their activism in the community and will know. Like Angela Ross, she's really a big tech person with tech trans people with tech and trans. Then Dominique Jackson, another advocate of the trans community, then later actually being a trans man that was actually the first. I mean, he's the first trans man, but he's the mainstream trans man right now that everybody like, and I know that he'll do really well in being a politician. That because the way he does his advertisements, what he showed himself. So I'll pick those three people. Oh, and then my last lady would and always forever will be Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga need to be somewhere, do run for a mayor, some type of office, because as much activism as she done, and being that she's like the new Madonna, she will be a great person in office too. So that's my four people.
Yes, well, big answers, y'all. I'm loving it. I love this topic. Actually, thought it was pretty good. I thought you were trying to battle me, so I was getting ready for it. Was always ready, yo. I ain't playing shit. I was kidding. But again, this is dope topic. Thank you for that, skies that be. But let's get to it. We have a little bit more tea. It's called some stuff left tea. You're gonna read it out, and you're gonna take this one away. Talk to us, skies that be.
All right. Now, this is called The Homo's Self Love. And this is some Giselle tea. And this comes from a post Yuri made saying, loving someone that doesn't love themselves is a waste of time. Leaves you feeling more into the feeding more into the relationship than what is actually necessary, which will become draining and you will end up resenting. So, if you're in a relationship with someone you really like and you start to suspect that, hey, they don't actually love themselves yet, under what condition might you stick around and help them find self love? And might you leave them, then return once they find it? And is any aspect of that scenario similar to telling someone they need to get a degree or get a better job before you will date them? Yuri, take it away.
So for me,